This is Mercy Pilkington for GoodeReader at this year's Digital Book World event, sitting down with Evan Ratliff, the CEO and founder of Atavist, who specializes in long-form digital publication for journalism. So we met you last year and talked about the growing popularity of long-form journalism and, of course, serial fiction that digital publishing is allowing us to finally enjoy now that we're not held to the constraints of print publishing. So what has this last calendar year done for you and for Atavist?
Well, we've seen a lot in the last year. So we launched almost 2 years ago exactly. And this year we sort of continued on producing the same type of journalism that we had before. So nonfiction, sort of between magazine and book length, which is going by these different names. Some people call them singles. That's what they're called on Amazon. So that's maybe the overall general name. But we also branched out a little bit into, we did a nonfiction comic this year, and we do a lot of multimedia. So we were trying to keep sort of pushing the boundaries of how video is used, how sound is used. So the comic has a soundtrack, and it has sound effects, and it has it's a specially designed interface. So we're kind of trying to expand even our definition of what these long-form pieces are. In fact, our next one is primarily a documentary film. So it's, instead of being text first, it's really film first, with also an essay kind of woven into it. So we've done well with the nonfiction, and we did better this year than we did the year before. And we're just trying to expand that out. And then we also have another thing we do, which is we produce a software platform that allows you to produce ebooks and stories in a sort of multi-platform way. So that also has sort of expanded a lot for us, and it's about to relaunch in a big way.
Okay. Last year we were discussing why digital publishing has opened this up for readers, that readers are enjoying getting to know more of a story. They're not held to the constraints of print publishing, so they're not held to a word count, and so that's where it's taken off. Do you have any insight, though, on why nonfiction seems to be more popular in this than, say, fiction? So, say a short story. Why do you think readers are enjoying this nonfiction surge?
Well, I have my opinions about the nonfiction they enjoy. I would say that I actually think the fiction is becoming really, really popular in this same genre. We don't do fiction, but you'll see in places like Kindle Singles that they're fiction stories that sell incredibly well, these sort of novella length stories. Even Stephen King is doing them and that sort of thing. For nonfiction, I think it just allows a certain type of storytelling that was difficult to find in magazines, this sort of pure narrative kind of story. So articles about topics work really well in magazines if it's, the election and that profiles, that sort of thing. But a story that's really about someone's journey around the world, which really you don't want to confine it necessarily if the story allows for a more expansive telling. You can do it in this format. I think that those are the kinds of stories that have really appealed to readers.
Now, we were just discussing that Atavist was a finalist for an award here at Digital Book World. What are some of the innovations coming up or that you hope to launch in the near future?
Well, I think the biggest one in the very near future is doing something that's film first and really expanding changing the way our stories look. So people can go to our website and buy them and watch the film, read the essay, read a photo essay, and really we've been sort of focused on text with video kind of woven into it. So that's the big thing in the short term, but in the long term, over the next few months, the biggest thing happening for us is we're opening up our platform for anyone to come use it, to tell stories, to make books, to make digital magazines, to make apps. So we're really kind of taking what we've done for 2 years and saying, hey, anyone can show up now and do exactly what we do.
Very interesting. Well, we'll look forward to hearing more about that as that comes to launch. Again, this is Mercy Pilkington for GoodeReader at Digital Book World.